Namaste, namaste, everybody. Thank you for joining me live. Thank you for watching me on replay whenever this finds you. So, I want everyone just to take a slow breath, put your hands on your heart, and just arrive. If you're watching this live on replay, this moment has found you for a reason. Let's just soften up the body for a second. So, hi everyone. I'm Sophia Rego. I'm your spiritual mentor, Reiki practitioner, supporting people through healing, transitions, and reconnecting to their inner wisdom. My work blends between intuitive guidance, body based healing, and energy work. And Reiki has been one of my foundations of my journey. So, today I come to share with you a series of sessions that I offer to my in person clients and my online clients. And I'm here to share with you my Reiki journey, my story about how it all came to be. So, it all started in 2007 when I was working actually a little bit earlier on too, when I think about it. So I was in India, in a city which is well known for student communities, universities. That's where I did my studies from the Pune University, and I was working under my teacher who was an Ayurvedic practitioner, an Ayurvedic doctor who had a center right in front of the Osho ashram. I know many of you know about Osho. He had an ashram. He has an ashram in Pune, and he used the Ayurvedic doctor had an office space where all the Osho meditators could come and take sessions from him outside. Not all, but whoever was drawn to. And I was working with him as I was training. I was doing my internship after my course, training in Ayurvedic massage therapy. And in that space, it was in a space called German Bakery, where there were different flyers for different activities, different trainings. And I came across dynamic Reiki healing. And when I read the flyer, and mind you, I will share some pictures. I still have the picture or the flyer, which I've laminated now, of my teacher, of my Reiki teacher. And the description that she shared was the energy centers, which was so new to me. The concept was as an introduction to me. And I called my mom and I said, "Hey, mom, I need some money to do some training. I'm drawn to do this training that is called Reiki. It's all about healing, right?" And my mom questioned me. She's like, "What is this?" And I, told her this is the price for it. I won't remember the price for it right now, but she said, okay. She sent me the money because I was still a student then. So thank you, mom, and for letting me do that. So I was able to do the training. It was I think it was a process of a few days. I did a physical where we went to my Reiki teacher's kind of center, and we did the healing. And then I was working with it for a few years until I moved to Dubai, which was working in the hotel industry. Now, when you work for corporate, there are certain things, the steps that I had to follow, which was not added with the Reiki. So I kind of just took it as, okay, this is for me. I'm going to use it for myself. But unconsciously, because I remember my Reiki master was asking me, are you going to use this for yourself, or are you going to use it for like, to share it with others. At that point, I was still early in my journey, so I did not really think about, oh, Reiki and what it was. It was more so I was intuitively drawn to learning it. And along the way, I understood much more of how the energy worked. When I went to Dubai, I was a channel already, so I was able to work with it, not really saying I was working with it, but it was this dynamic that I personally was trying to understand. If you all are in your early stages of your Reiki, you will know what I'm speaking about. Please share in the comments your experience of how your beginning of Reiki has been. So fast forward, I loved that I was doing it. I was doing it on myself. I was doing it for distance healing, sending people when they needed, if they needed some help. So I worked with Reiki for a long time. I had clients come up to me and they're like, there's something about your sessions, because I was disguising myself as a spa therapist or a massage therapist. But they were like, there's something about your treatment that we cannot point a finger to. And I did not know that the energy was flowing through me. And, we talk about now your aura when you go into a meeting space, or if you go to a physical event, people see your energetic vibe. So they were able to tap into that, but they were not sure what they were feeling or what they were kind of exploring. So, fast forward, I moved to Sweden, and this is in 2012 when I was then. I do energy work, but I don't do it within the companies that I work with, but it's part of what I do as an intuitive soul. When I came to Sweden, I went through a little bit of a burnout, or what we call my body was screaming of taking rest. So I worked with children. I went for an interview, and I remember so clearly I don't have any education in childcare. So I went to the principal, I went for the interview, and I told the principal, saying, listen, I'm an energy healer. I will be here to take care of, the children. As an intuitive, as a healer, I've got a very motherly energy, with many of you who will have experienced that if you know me. Many people around me say that I have a motherly energy. And so what happened was I told her clearly, that was my one of my first interviews, where I was like, I am an energy healer. And that's what I used to soothe. And kids need that. They need someone that will comfort them at, because this is a preschool in Sweden is from year 1 to year 6 7, right? So I remember clearly saying that, but of course I was not going to use it, but it's just the energy that I come with. And I fully stood in that, because before I went for the interview was because I was with my friends family who had just had children, and I was using it on, like, kind of like, holding that space for them, not saying the word Reiki, but at the same time just the energy of healing. When my friend's kid was having colic pain, I would hold him while, the parents were able to take care of other tasks or the other kids around the house. So that's what the energy I brought. And now, coming down to when I started my business in 2018, that part that I love the most, being part of being in Sweden, is that Sweden allows Reiki as a health wellness, and it's approved by the tax, which is such a beautiful space. So here I am sharing with you the bit of what brought me to work with Reiki, which was my teacher, and just understanding the world. Today, I'm part of amazing communities that talk about Reiki. I spoke to a beautiful soul yesterday who's like, hey, I'm going to do my Reiki training in February. And there has been such a long journey of this energy being introduced, being used. I personally was sent Reiki when I was working with COVID nurses at the hospital, even though I was doing a classic. treatment, the energy that was passed to me was sent to the building, just as a force of energy that helps, that uplifting energy. So I want everyone that's joining me in today to kind of see that part of what Reiki has been in your world. If you've experienced Reiki, if you've heard about Reiki, and so on. So everybody has the duality of, yes, I worked with Reiki, no, I don't, and that's absolutely fine. um, that's what I do. I work with Reiki. I even do sessions which are a combination of healing. And I am currently, you may not see me, but I'm currently holding a crystal with me. And that's going to be part two, which, if you're interested, you're going to watch it, where I combine Reiki and crystal together. Oh, that's a beautiful, this thing just happened right now in my hand. I'm going to take a picture of it. This is something that I work so clearly with. I've been holding a crystal in my hand and it just fell apart. And I will share with you tomorrow what that means. I'm just going to keep it the way it is right now. Thank you so much for that beautiful space. So, coming back to Reiki, right? So, how it helped me change my life is, I used Reiki when I was going through some hard times. I've used Reiki just by holding uh, certain parts of my body, and that's what came with the training, is having that energy, understanding how it flows and how each part the energy goes through. So the one part I'd like to share with you today are some of the clients I've helped. Um, there is, and if you follow me on Instagram, and please do, it's called Fia underscore soul wisdom. That's how you'll find me. That's my Instagram account. I had a client come to me saying, I need to relax. Can we do a Reiki session? I was like, absolutely. So she came to me and she wanted to get support as she was going through her cancer journey. She was waiting for her doctor's appointment to able to go through a removal of her stomach. Now that's a big thing. I still sometimes get like, whoa, how would that feel, right? Not having a stomach, because she had cancer, and then she also had breast cancer because her aunt was diagnosed, so she was able to detect it earlier on for her, which was amazing. But that stress that she had to be waiting for an appointment. And in Sweden, it's quite well known that Sweden during summer, everybody starts to take their vacation. It's not so easy. I'm not going to say it's not, but it sometimes get a little bit hard to get appointments and so on, again because of the workload for the hospital systems. What happened was, she was waiting and waiting, and then she was like, this is enough, I'm going to go and look out for therapy. She found me, and she came to me, and she was like, this was, I believe, on a Friday. She comes to me and she was like, I need a session. So I worked with her, and then the next day, so I will put a link below in the comments of the different days that she wrote to me and the experience that she shared with me. And we did a combination of sessions because her body needed different things. So the first day I did Reiki healing, with then the next day we worked with another modality. And that's a beauty of working with me, is I have different sessions. That's one of the series that I'm working with right now, is I work with what your body needs. And the first session is what you call in for. So many times Reiki is well known, so many people tend to look for Reiki. So that's how people can find me, or that's how people have found me in the past. And because Reiki is a beautiful process in Sweden, it's well known, and it is under the tax allowance, people choose it. So she found me and she came to me, and she had a beautiful, successful, literally from one day of receiving, she wanted to come the next day, and she was like, can I receive a healing session another day if your body needs it? Yes, absolutely. And especially if it's you do it in an intuitive or a mindful way. So she came the next day, she got another session from me. Because it was a weekend, she relaxed, and on Monday she calls me and she was like, Sophia, you won't believe it, I got a doctor's appointment with a date for my surgery, which she has been waiting for months, which was such, it was just a pure joy to see the message in my on my WhatsApp that she sent me. So, and then when she went into surgery, I did something called a crystal grid, a Reiki crystal grid, which I do it on distance. She told me the time that she was going into surgery. I placed some crystals. I did a healing so that she could have a smooth recovery. And, she comes out in just the space. And I remember looking at my table, because I normally have my massage table set up, which is right on my right hand side, where I keep like a picture of my client or just their name with their intention. I journal on that paper for what they have sent me, their name, maybe their date of birth. Sometimes I do it also for my monologist. Like I take your natal chart, I put your chart, and then I put a crystal. I do Reiki healing, and I do it. And I keep it for a certain time until I get a message saying, okay, now it's time to take it away. And I was waiting, and I knew that because she was coming out of a surgery, she won't able to reach out to me. I told her an option if she wanted to let her family members or whoever she's giving her phone to, or they can have my number and they can just alert me that she's out of surgery. And I was like, okay. I went to my crystal grid and I took it off. And I remember getting a beep on my phone the minute I took it off. And she goes, I'm out. I'm good. I'll respond to you when I feel up for it. And it was just a beautiful journey working with her. I remember her coming back to me saying, Sophia, I'm going to come back to you when I can. And she did. And it was, she remember, I, again, like I said, she went back to her doctor's appointment because you have removing a stomach, right? She went through this process of how she had to go see a doctor every month to then seeing a doctor every 3 months. And I remember she saying to me, Sophia, the doctor was so shocked how I recovered so quickly. What would take her 3 months, it took her a month. And she was so grateful for my support. And I told her that it couldn't have been done without her and her receiving the energy. So when Reiki is sent to someone, it needs to be received. So the channels of you, and this is one of the reasons we work with taking permission from members, is because if you know you're getting an energy healing, you have to fully receive it, know what's coming with it, the flows, the ups and downs that come with the after effect of Reiki. So here I am. I want to keep this short and simple. I like to share this message to the members that if you're looking to coming to know what Reiki is, if you want to have a conversation, if you're a practitioner, I open up the space. When I say I'm a spiritual mentor, because I've been doing this for a while, I am here to kind of support you through this process. As a spiritual soul, I wanted community at the early stages. And this is what I'm creating with my beautiful community members that I have on Holistic Concierge. Thank you, my beautiful holistic partner, Adrienne Hart, is on my live right now. She is a beautiful hypnotherapist. So I not only share what I do, I share what's in the community. So if you are here and would like to have a conversation or a session, you will find my information below. I am Sophia Rego, the founder of Fear Soul Wisdom. Thank you for joining me live and keep an eye out. I'll be coming with some more of my sessions telling you what and how I do it. So thank you for joining me today. Have a beautiful day, week, month ahead. Much love. Bye for now.